Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make a plum cake, and a very simple one today. And with a little trick, I use a zucchini to make a filling. And that's very easy and everybody can do it very quickly. I mean, for the crust, I always use a food processor. So I know not everybody has one, but it is a really versatile tool. These food processors are amazing. They can do so much in so short a time, and you cleanse it when you have a robust and not moving around while it's working. Then really it saves a lot of time, and it really makes things possible. Otherwise, I would not been able to have been doing to do. For example, the dough. The dough for the crust in a raw food cake, a live bakery, is I mean, you would have to cut it with a knife on the cutting board. It takes so much time to do that, and then you have to squeeze the nuts and the dates into a dough. Or you could buy almond flour. Try to do the almond flour and the dates. That would work, yes. Okay. Or other flours. So, but I prefer, of course, my food processor. And here, this time, to make I have to make one step ahead and use this blade, with these gross knives. The other ones are smaller, the finer ones. These are grosser, because I want to make the filling with, as I said, with zucchini. And so I prepare my food processor with another tool instrument inside. Put it aside for a while. Just showing you right now. I will use it in a moment. First, I prepare my zucchini. This is my zucchini, and a half zucchini here, no more. It's a small one, and I will peel it. See inside. I will peel it with a veggie peeler. That's a very easy to use, versatile tool. I have it in my kitchen always. I use it almost every day. And it's so nice, you know how to use it, of course. You just put it in your hand, and then you cut down the peel on the sides, and then you do it on the top, chuck like this, and there we go. That's how easy it is, and makes it with a knife. You would have a lot more work to do, and all the chefs in the big kitchen, of course, they use it also as an important tool there. Also, it is always about saving time in cooking. It makes it so much easier. So here my food processor is ready. I just put it on top and go. Well, that's what it does. The tool does a very good job. It's done. So I need another tool now. I take this one out. For now, I don't need it anymore. Put it aside. And I'll show you what I have here. These zucchini stripes I have. See, they're very light, and you can eat them right away. Put them in the salad. They're so delicious. I peel it because the green is a little bit bitter, and that wouldn't be so nice in a cake. In a cake, I want to have sweet flavor predominantly. So I just peel it off. It's not about texture and lightness. I want to have a light cake, a light filling, and I don't need the coconut oil today or other thickeners, because, and now, just a second, I complete my sentence. This is the S blade. This is the other tool I use usually for the crust, to the almonds and the nuts. Usually, put it in there. I don't need to cleanse it, because here, this is what I have now. Here, that's enough for the filling. It's just about the texture of the filling. Not using the coconut oil or other thickeners, that would make it heavy. And all I need to do is put the plums into a little, into something that keeps them together on the cake. It doesn't make the cake, the plums fall down, because if you make a crust and put plums on it, they will roll down, and that's not a cake. So to make it just a little keep together, that is so easy. I'll show you. I thought it might work, and I tried it with a small form, just to see if it works. And I'll show you how I found. So first, now is the almonds. It's a very easy. I have 2 cups of almonds here, and an extra cup for a little bit more. I show you what I need it for. So 3 cups maybe. Put it all together in. Yeah. And right away I begin to grate them, to ground them into a coarse meal. I think that is coarse enough. Here what I have, it takes a little bit longer when you have more dates and more almonds. Usually I use it a little bit less almonds for another kind of cake. Here I need the almonds for the filling too, so I have some more, and for another reason. So it takes a little more, and you see here that it changes if the structure, and when you process them, that the structure of the almonds change. You can see it from above, and then you have these things here standing at the sides a little bit that you already see. The almonds, they begin to lose their fat, and that's what we want, almost a little bit, not too much. When they lose too much fat, then the whole thing gets oily. You don't want that. So once they are coarse, we have the texture we desire, then I put the almonds and the dates in. There are 15 dates here, but they are small, not too big, and they're pitted, of course. When you have one pit in there, then it will, all the bang, with a loud bang against the inside of the food processor. It's not very nice, I tell you. So I make sure all the pits are really out. Sometimes if you buy the pitted ones, a small piece of a pit is in there, and then it doesn't really matter. But it's not so nice to have this sound. I put the 515 dates in, 3 cups. And I only have it too sweet because that then the zucchini, I will tell you later. It's not too sweet this time. That's the baseline. Now the dough is ready for the crust, and but how a little part, a small part, maybe a third. There was the extra part I put in the little container here of the almonds. So a third about will go into the filling. Yeah, it's and so I will take out. Here I show you first what I have. From this I take out the most for the crust. Yeah, you see again you have these sides standing up again. That's a good sign that it's almost ready. And you have to check, of course, in the end if it sticks together like this. And then you have a chance you can press it into that desired firm crust you want. Yeah, and this is here my springform. I line it with parchment paper. That's always easier to get the cake out afterwards. See? And now I will put in 2/3 of this, almost. It's not, the measurements are really not so important, yeah. But I keep the blade in. And I take out the blade. I have to take out everything to put the blade in again, because the blade, there shouldn't be a dough between the blade and the container, otherwise it doesn't work. So I have to take care that the blade stays inside, remains inside now. So, but making sure I get just with the scraper, I get out some of the dough, about 2/3, I guess it will be. It's just a rough estimation. Always taking care of the blades a little bit, that I don't touch the blades too much, that they can stay inside and don't lift from the ground. So that's what I'm doing here. Yeah. I don't need that much of the filling. It just needs to touch the ground, and so that I can push in the plums. So just a moment. That should be okay now. This is what's remaining inside here. You see the blades are barely cut, barely to be seen here, barely covered. So this I set aside. I guess that will be enough for my filling. What I have here is like this. This is the amount I have here, and you see it's not yet evenly covering everything. Like it's very light yet. See, like this is still a coarse meal, a sticky dough, not yet pressed. So what I want to have now, because the classical plum cake is with the sides up, and that's what I'm going to have too here. So that's why I took a little bit more of the nuts too, because I want to have the sides coming up and the springform to have a little bit of a cave, a hole, a container. So that's why I prepare now, while I distribute the coarse meal evenly to the ground. I push some of the dough to the sides. You see, this is a little bit tricky. You have to be just a little bit careful. I see that what I have here is like this. You see, here is the mold, and here is the sides coming up a little bit. It doesn't need to be too much, yeah, but just so that the filling has a little bit more hold from the side. So when I begin to press it down now, I take my knuckles and I also press it and the sides to make the dough really stick together. And by now I should have an even distribution when I begin to press, because once I begin to press, once the pressing is done, the distribution is done, I begin to press, then I cannot redistribute anything anymore. So then I have a problem. So first I have to make sure the dough is where it's needed. And that means especially the sides have to be coming up a little bit. So it is supposed to make the plums standing in the cake and not falling to the sides. That's why I need a little bit of a rim coming up. Brim, yeah. So let's see. So I will show you when I'm ready. I come back in a moment. I have a little bit to do here to make sure it's really firm. I see you in a moment. Wow, that was a little bit of work. It's about 10 minutes I was working without any pause to make sure this is a nice structure, the firm crust. And I show you what I did. Yeah. Most time I used for the sides here. You can see that I'm coming up nicely, as you can see here. Yeah, and they are still firm. Yeah? You touch them here, they are firm. They won't break down. And it would be a pity if that take the cake out, cut a piece, and all is in pieces. Yeah, so I have used some time to make sure they're really firm, and that is where the old art of bakery comes in, because usually in former times, traditional baking is all about kneading. If you make a bread or a dough for a cake, you all have to knead all the time. Now we have these instruments, and in the live bakery it's all a different story. But here at this place where I make the crust just with dates and almonds, there's where the old kneading comes in. And I have to use some time, some strength, and some patience, yeah, to get it right. So this is what I have now. I put it aside for a while, and now I come to the filling. And that's almost done. I show you again what I have before. I had this, the third part of that sticky dough. And I have here my zucchini. Yeah, zucchini is a very nice because of the texture. And here comes two things. The zucchini is nice because it has this spongy texture, makes the dough light, and there's a lot of water in there. So it gets a little bit creamy, so you can stick in the dates. When in that dough, I couldn't stick in any date. It will fall down, or I would destroy the dough. But when it's sticky, but on the other side, when it's too creamy, then it wouldn't keep. Yeah? So I need the zucchini here to make it work. And I just put the half zucchini peel in, and that's also the second reason. What I want to mention was the sweetness. I'll show you later. First, I quickly make this filling very easy. Yeah, it should be enough because the zucchinis are very tender. I just need to make sure everything is evenly combined. I will do it once again. Just scrape the remaining dough from the bottom. And then just do it one more time, pretty quickly, not too much, yeah. That should be it. I hope I have enough now. See what I have? This is now the creamy part. And that's why I took less dates, because I noticed the flavor when you combine almonds, dates and zucchini is really amazing. It tastes amazing. It tastes almost like alcohol a little bit. And I was surprised, why is that? That is so nice. But then I noticed in the second moment, second glance, that it should not be too sweet. That would make not so nice. Yeah? So if I put too much dates in there, more dates makes it easier to get a sticky dough. It gets faster because the dates are sticky. Yeah? But so I took less dates, and then the result was it took me more time to make the sticky dough. You know? And I have more time to knead, because kneading gets hard with less dates. Yeah? And takes more time to get really the texture you want. So that's a little bit the tricky part here. So that's why I said in the beginning I want to have it not so sweet. Yeah? That is it's really important detail. And here is what it looks like. And I see already it is the right amount. It goes right into the filling here, into the mold. And it's easy to now to distribute it. I can take a spoon here for that. It is pretty soft. You can see this is a very different texture than from the sticky dough I had before. It's still a little bit thicky, but you cannot compare it with the other. Zucchini makes such a difference, more like a cream. And it goes right into the form here, the mold. Yeah. You've seen enough, I guess. I just now spread it evenly, a little bit nice. Yeah. And then I can begin to put in the plums. I will show you the beginning of it, just making sure everything is evenly spread, nicely to the sides. Always the same principle. And then I can begin. So it's just like a glue, yeah, like a cement. If you build a house or something, then it needs it's needed for to make the plums or whatever fruit you may take fit, keep together, and not falling apart, not falling off the cake. So they don't need to be so beautiful, just evenly, that would be good. See, that's what I have here. Now I can put in these plums here, and here's a half plum, and that's what I did. I just washed them, pitted them, and halved them, so I can put them now here. And before I began to pit the plums, I made sure I have enough. So I took the whole plums and put them into the spring form without the dough, just to make sure I have the right amount. Because with the traditional plum cakes, my auntie made the best ones ever. Everybody was amazed by them. All wanted to have the plum cake from my auntie. The thing with our plum cakes was they are full of plums, so many plums. That's why I make sure I have enough plums. So I begin here and just place them in an outer circle like this here, and you can see what it looks like. You can imagine the rest. I will complete it and I come back and show you just in a moment. It's done. I used all the plums and I guess it's perfect amount. Yeah. See what it looks like. Isn't that nice? Beautiful, isn't it? And it's ready to enjoy. I don't need to put it in the fridge. I could have put it in the fridge. I will do it anyway. But just to show you that it's really done, I will put this knife here, a little butter knife here, and I will open the cake and I want to see. I was curious if it works. So careful. I open this one, yeah, the spring form, and it seems to be working. I just can open it. If it wouldn't work, I would just take the knife and go around. But I firmly pressed the sticky dough, so really it opens without any problem. I don't need the knife even. And I show you my cake. Proudly present. I show you here. I would you like a piece of a plum cake? A plum pie? Nice. Here you see the filling coming out of the sides here. They're very soft, and this is firm. And perfect, right? Nice. Yeah, so I can cut out the first piece and enjoy. Maybe I will invite some friends, or I put it in the fridge. I would say it keeps for a week if I just put something on top, maybe a little foil or so, that the air won't come in there in the refrigerator. It definitely will keep for a week. And I don't think a lot of changes will happen with the texture of the cake. It's just plums, and they keep for a while. And these plums are very, very ripe. Now they're in season, so I had to make a plum pie. And I definitely will make some more and work a little bit with the texture of that wonderful zucchini there. There's more to come. I hope you enjoy. Please give me a thumbs up if you like. And then you can also subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And you find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. See you.